Hi guys, welcome back. I picked up another basket case and it's a standard gauge Lionel number 8. They're nice little dependable engines. However, this one is in need of rewiring. And I started taking it apart and I realized I should have done it all for you guys to see this, but I didn't. To do that, it's as simple as just taking the shell off, which is attached with 2 screws at each end. 1, 2 at each end. Oop. 1 there, 1 there. Pull the top off. When I was at this particular auction, these pieces happened to be the side panels inside were in a separate box. I was lucky enough to find them, put them with it. Somebody cleaned them off. They're not all brass. If you notice where it looks through here, you take a look at this. This should have white or cream. There should be a cream color here, here, and here. I've got both of them. I was lucky enough to find both. They just go in fact, here you can see some of the paint that was on there. They go on here, simply, boom. The top is missing the lights, the steam whistle, and the pantograph. There's also a handrail that I'm going to have to make up. It goes around here, starts here, comes down, goes around, goes in here. I'm going to have to make a new one for that. That's easy. To the motor, let's get these out of the way. The frame's rusty, by the way. I found some of these parts in my junk pile. These two are still pretty decent. This side here apparently was in the water or something, and it just ruined. These are made of aluminum, and it just totally beat it up. The motor's attached with 4 screws at the top here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here's where they're mounted here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Piece of cake. Pull it off, and you have your motor. Oh, by the way, you got to take your reversing unit because this is a manual reversing unit, which is mounted here also. And take that off. So, then I got to the point here where I pulled the wheels off using my wheel puller. Couldn't use a standard one, so I had to get my hefty one out. Pulled the wheels off. Piece of cake. And I was lucky enough to find out they're still good, but they're original Lionel wheels. Look at that. Not cracked. One crack in that one on the side, but these are original wheels. So I'm going to just put these on just the way they were. I'm not even going to fuss with them. Just going to put them back on. Taking the side plate off the motor is a piece of cake. There's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to pull the side off. The reason I'm pulling the side off and opening this up is the center rail pickup fell off underneath here. It's supposed to be soldered up on one of these tabs here underneath here. I brought an old one in here. I found in my parts. Same one. And you can see how it's supposed to be right here. It's impossible to get to. So I'm just going to rewire this thing totally. Put new wires on. You can see this one's cracked and broken. This is in need of definite help. The wire, I'm not sure if this is all original or not, but we're just going to redo everything here. This one here goes to the light. There's supposed to be 2 of them on here. There's only 1. And that's it for now. I'm going to crack this open, pull this off, and then I'll be right back with you and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I got the screws out. That was no big deal. I'm going to pull this side panel off here. This should just pop off. It's catching on these shafts here, on the bearings. Didn't count on that. Let me be right back. Okay, I don't know what I was fussing with it for, because all I had to do was open this up, and this actually just flopped out of his little parts that it was in here. It was inserted in these slots. These little bumps here were in here. You can see where the old one was soldered on. And like I said, they shoved it through the bottom and around the side and onto the center pickup, which is going to be taken away. All right, we're going to undo this, get this off of here, and then get some new wires cut for length for these, get these ready. I'm going to have to remove the side panel here, this one, right here, to get up inside here. I don't know if it's focusing. Yeah, there's focusing. There's a screw here where a wire goes to, and there's the other pole right here. These are for the brushes. I'll have to get these off by pulling the side plate here off. This will fall down and come out. I'll flip it, put the new wires on, and put it back in. I'll be back. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, pulled this off, like I said, and I discovered as I looked at it, you should always check your brushes anyways. This one's worn down to nothing. I'm going to have to replace that one. This one is nice shape, and you can see the difference in the length. Now what I do is I'll go over to my parts and I'll get one out. However, up inside these, you should take a Q-tip. Trying to avoid this spring right here. There's a spring in this one, a spring in this one, inside this way. Try to get a Q-tip in there with some rubbing alcohol on it maybe. Just try to twist it and clean any kind of grease and grime that's up in there. While you have it off, clean off your commutator. I'll have to look with the magnifier. But there's, it's not too bad. I was running it a little bit. It should be cleaned off a little bit. Maybe with a pencil eraser is a good idea, or a Q-tip also with some rubbing alcohol. Okay, I'm going to gather up a couple parts again. Oh, by the way, this is soldered on. That's how it's supposed to look. And I replaced it back onto the reversing unit up here. All I did was simply split the wire casing, not the wire, the casing. And I wrapped it around here nicely. That way there's not too much wire there, and it's an easy hold for this little screw to hold that on there. Just right around. I'll take this to a light. I might split this wire and solder this one to another one to go for the other light, because this has to go to two lights, one at each end. So I may end up cutting this one here and teeing off this to get to the other light. Okay, I'll be back again. Okay, I got it all wired, reassembled, put the bolts back in, put the brush and the new brush in down in here. I keep some old ones around from other projects that I've done, so I keep a little empty jar here so I can go back and look and get what I need in case I'm in a pinch like I was tonight. I was able to use one of these old ones. The wires I took off were horrible. You can see they're cracked. Really useless, dried out. Changed them all out. Now I'm ready to press the wheels back on. I've got my arbor press here. Not necessarily for this job, this type of work, but it'll work. So I'm going to get things over here and I'll be right back. Okay, now repressing the wheels back on. Old wheels going back on. Sometimes work, sometimes they don't. What I've found is I take a real thin piece of wire. I'll slide it through there, put it on the shaft, the axle, then press it on. That'll take up enough space in this big opening here. It generally works, but let's see how this works right now, just to see if it'll press on nice. By the way, we don't have to worry about any quartering on this or anything, because there's no side rods on this. Just got to make sure the gears are in place over here. Everything's flat here. You push it on. You don't want to push and have it crack one of your gears on the opposite side because it's out of a line. Get my light out of the way. This is just a simple thing. This keeps it square and makes sure that the wheels go on nicely. So here we go. Give it a try. I'm going to have a quick look here. Boy, I paused the camera, forgot I didn't turn it on. Well, there's this wheel. It's pressed on. Worked pretty well. Check for wobble here. I'm going to get a piece of track to make sure that it's correct. I have one over here on the floor. I'm going to check it out on that, but I'm going to put this other one on now. And we'll be done. Lined up. Flat. It takes two hands. There we go. Yeah. Going on. Okay. Little bit more. That feels right. Little too much slop in this one. This one's better. Let's push this one on again. From this side this time. Oops. Rocking your world. Just doesn't want to seat on there because the shaft is almost level with the side. When I say level, it's almost the same plane as this, so it's hitting up on the arbor press. It doesn't want to go on anymore. All right, I guess that's it. I'm going to run it on the track real quick here, and I'll be back again. Okay, the fit up on the track worked well. I'm going to put a little power to this thing, and we'll see just if it works. I hope it does. This is a little tweaked. Now, here we go. Transformer's got power. Okay. Yep. A little sparkage there. Switch directions. I think that's it. Yep. Get some dust up. Anyways, that's it, guys. Looks like it was a successful repair. Wheels ain't bad. quiet. I think we're done. Hey, as always, thank you for watching. I hope this helped you a little bit. It's not a hard job to do. It's takes a little bit of time to do this, but I got the wheels back on. They're the original wheels. Rewired it, which I just took the wires off and put them on the same way they were. Oiled it a little bit, put them on, the wheels on, and there he is. Next thing is to reinstall it in the frame. After I do a little more putzing on this, clean this up. I'm just going to wash it. I'm not going to paint it or anything. But I am going to fix these right here. But as I said, this was a little bit easier than doing a steam engine because there's no quartering. Quartering is with the circles. They have to be at the same spot on both sides. If not, the wheels get bound up when it does this motion. That's a whole nother thing. Maybe I'll do another one with one of those because I've got one coming up. Alright guys, as always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Have a good one. Bye.